Welcome to the X Fan Show. I am one of the hosts, Dirty. I don't know where the hell my partner in crime is, Arlington Lane, but I am joined by somebody, and I guess it's kind of that old additive of we're back, with that whole thingamajigger, whatever, what's that one group called? It used to be this one show that we don't do anymore or whatever. I guess it's called Battlehawk Live, I guess. And I'm joined with the loudmouth.
Really? Amanda.
Huh?
Are you serious?
Is that what it is?
Oh
Well, I mean, really, kid. I mean, I don't understand why you're sitting upstairs.
Because
I mean,
sometimes a girl just needs a break.
I mean, it's not like people don't know, but I mean, I don't know why you're sitting upstairs when we have a studio downstairs.
You know what?
I'm trying to figure that out.
You know what? That sometimes, and I can hear you with my headphones on and everything.
Well, it's because I'm just that good. That's all there is to it.
Oh, because you're just that loud.
No, it's because I'm just that good on this show.
Oh, okay.
Amanda, we have a special guest joining us tonight. Travis Feeney will be joining us. So if you guys see that, you're like, oh, shit, Travis Feeney on the show tonight? Tag, share, like, everything. Go to our pages. All of our social media stuff. Go and like all of our pages. But Amanda, I do want to bring up something, on our network, we've had a lot of people talking about a Caitlin Clark. Now, everybody goes, why are you talking about Caitlin Clark?
Again.
This is the X Fan Show. Why the hell are we talking about Caitlin Clark? Well, here's why, Amanda. Today, the great Daryl Johnson seems to be throwing a lot of people under the bus in the UFL, and he blames Caitlin Clark for the reasoning why attendance was down in all of the UFL cities. So Caitlin Clark has finally attacked spring football. Her globalness and phenomenonness has taken over spring football.
And she should be making more money than she is then.
Right.
If she has that big of an impact on this many different types of sports, not even just football. Okay, let's be honest. Apparently, she's affecting everything, even the Olympics, for Pete's sake.
Apparently, right?
Like, I don't get it.
I listen. If anybody, Daryl Johnson, I don't listen. There were a lot of good things that come out of the UFL merger. Yes, was it fast? Yes. Did it happen sooner than a lot of us expected, right? Yes, it did. But to say that Caitlin Clark affected your attendance when you weren't even playing basically at the same time is literally the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard from a football executive in my entire life. I mean, Daryl Johnson should really be ashamed of himself for saying that. Am I wrong or am I right?
At some point, you have to put the excuses aside and you have to just live up to the fact that it's shows like ours that promote the league that, would really do a lot for them if they would just step outside of that comfort zone a little bit.
I mean, yes. I mean, look.
No, listen. Don't go and sit there and act like that. Well, yeah, let me, I'm not sure. Well, maybe. Like, this is you. You want to have the biggest mouth all these other times, but now you can actually say something. Now you don't want to talk.
I mean, look. Let's be honest. Right here, the UFL needs to get out of their comfort zone and market in person. You're absolutely right. They do. How are you going to be the football of operations and then you're going to talk all trash about, because if you guys know anything, and like we've been telling you guys on the show, me and Arlington, we told you guys on B-Hawk Live, if you guys paid attention to this, the UF when these merger happened, they brought in the XFL side for the marketing and all that. Now, under Janet Dukes, the marketing wasn't the best, and we all know that. But under a certain guy named Jason Ganello, whether you want to say it or not, they did a phenomenal job.
With less time to do it. With
Do
less
what?
time to do it, but they knew that with the whole merger going in that it was going to be a shortened time. So again, while that is a component, it shouldn't be, because that's already known information. They already know that. They already know that that's part of the reason why this season was lacking ticket sales.
You're absolutely right. And Amanda, I found the article, so I want to play it. And this is from Awful Announcements. This is just one of the many articles that you can find about this whole Caitlin Clark thing and all of that stuff, which, my computer's running slow. That's why you should have actually been in the studio and we wouldn't have had to have this problem. But, it is what it is, right?
Only a staircase away. You're only a staircase away.
That is true. You are only a staircase away. That is true. You are only a staircase away. But let me load it up. Here it is. And it says right here, now again, this is from awfulannouncements.com. And right here is what he says. He said this to, let me go up to the Fox 4 News Fort Worth about the attendance. He says, getting people to go to the game this year was a bit challenging, and I think we need to own a little bit of that ourselves, where we were late with the merger. We were late with the schedule. There were things going on, Johnson says. Johnson goes on to say, we're in a very competitive environment when you talk about spring sports. Soccer continues to grow in this country. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon that has swept the spring athletic scene. Again, Mr. Johnson, Caitlin Clark does not affect football. It doesn't affect football whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. Is Caitlin Clark a phenomenon? Yes, she is. Is she the hot thing for the WNBA? Yes, she is. But does she actually affect what goes on in football? No, she does not. Am I wrong here, Amanda, or am I right in some point in this?
I just don't understand why it's the constant finger pointing. Just own to the fact that this is something that the league in itself has said every year since they started, that they need to focus on what? Marketing?
Yep.
And has it happened?
No. I mean, it's not like it's hard. It's not about reinventing the wheel.
Again, if you know this, going into the 2025 season, why wouldn't you find ways? For instance, like the what was it, like the pep rally they had last year? Maybe 5 people knew about it because it was just put out the week before, if even. I mean, listen, things that people want to get involved in, and those events are what helps boost ticket sales. Yeah?
Correct.
So that's part of it too. When you're having these events, these players should be at more events, in my opinion. If they can, they should. And that in itself, I think, would help boost ticket sales significantly.
But where does that lie in? Who does that lie in? Right here, like he says right here, Jared says, start telling people about the UFL at the Pro Bowl, high school games, college games, some NFL games, other function. You're absolutely correct. I mean, it should be. But but Amanda, who does that fall on then? Because with them being in Arlington, right? Which, if you guys haven't been to pay attention, we posted it. Kevin Feeney, Jake Sutherland, and Travis Feeney, Jake Sutherland, and Darius Shepard are doing a football camp this week. Actually, it's this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, we'll ask him about it when he comes down.
It's so, look, it's stuff like that. Like, you should have that on the news. You should have these guys on the news talking about it.
But that's their own. Now, that's what we don't know, though. Is that this something they're doing separately from the league itself?
But it doesn't matter. It's still
It does,
marketing.
though.
Thank you, Keelan. It doesn't. It's still marketing.
It does, though. It
doesn't.
does.
It
Okay,
doesn't.
so at the end of the day, because they have AJ and have Travis and Sutherland and Shepard doing these events on the side, right? That's because they want to do them.
What's
The
up, Wyatt?
league's not making them do them. They want to do them for
No,
charity,
but again,
whatever.
this is what I'm saying.
The league's not telling them to go promote themselves by having these
Right here,
events.
like Rick says it, as fans, we can only do so much. As fans, we can only do so much. Where this is where you have your media people, your marketing people, putting these guys in front of these people. I mean, it's COVID. COVID changed the world. People don't have studios anymore. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, you're just up a staircase, which is the dumbest thing. You know, I don't understand why, but anyways, beside the point. You don't even have to be in the same building or the same city to even promote stuff anymore for this league. You don't have to anymore. So take advantage of it.
Unless you are playing and you're coming in and you're under contract with them during that time. When they're not playing and they want to do these charity events on the side, that's pro bono, dude. That's something they want to do on their own.
Okay, but again, it's still a league thing to get it out there. You see what I'm saying? It's still a league.
It starts somewhere.
Right, exactly. Like, I mean, they can make this so easy, like right here, you know. Jared says, pass out the flyers around town and go to the parades and pass out the goodies. I mean, hey, I feel bad for the Birmingham Stallions because they didn't even get a parade. 3-time defending champs and didn't even get a parade in Birmingham.
Who does parades anymore? Kansas City?
Well, the Boston Celtics just did a parade for the Boston Celtics winning the NBA championship.
Whatever.
But I mean, you see what I'm saying? We're in a new day and age with social media. I mean, hell, these guys can be getting on their own social media pages and stuff like that in doing this, you know. No, on the other players either, it's on the league doing better. I mean, you got to remember, these guys they still have health insurance from the league until what, December 31st? They're still covered under the health insurance of the league.
All right.
So the league should be helping these players get the message out there. What are the media and social media people for the league doing right now as we speak?
Well, hopefully prepping for this next year. They should have been prepping during this year for next year.
I mean, look. The media people in each one of these cities can be helping the players that are doing this kind of stuff and helping them get this.
But this is why I'm saying, can I just say this again? And I will stress this until the cows come home, damn it. It shows like us that do stuff like this for free, people. For free. You know what free means? I think everyone in the world knows what free means nowadays. Why would you not have shows like ours do stuff like this? I don't get it. If we're here to help you, let us help you. Or not even just our show, other shows.
Yeah, like, I mean, look, prime example, if you guys missed it, go back and watch.
I'm going to go check on our guests, so kick me out of here for a minute.
Go back and watch the Mark cast where he had Oliver on talking about this stuff. You know, I mean, like Keelan says right here, all points we are left in the dark and better in the struggling markets. You know, look, I mean, right. The UFL should embrace the fan shows. You know, right here. He says, you're right, Dirty, not much promo from the league. I mean, this is the league of opportunity. So you help these guys. Help them help you. Get your message out there. Let them be the ambassadors. That's all these guys are, is the ambassadors. I mean, if you've been paying attention to AJ McCarron is doing a camp in Mobile, Alabama next weekend. It's free. Free. He's doing a camp for the kids in Mobile, Alabama. Yes, is our guest coming on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, just give him a few minutes.
Right. I mean, I was just talking about the camp that AJ McCarron's doing for free in Mobile, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He's been posting it all over his social media and everything.
Yeah, and if you guys have not checked that out yet, please do. I know Spurge and I and my son are gonna hit the pavement going this next weekend to Mobile, Alabama to help support AJ with this event. And I, most of all, am excited for Blake to be a part of it. Do not feel discouraged if you're a parent that, if your child has a special need, come out for this special day. It's truly, truly going to be a day to remember.
Yeah, I mean, it really will. It will. And I mean, you go and you look at all of these other cities where these guys are doing stuff, and they have their local contacts within their city helping them do this stuff. I don't understand with this day and age of social media why it is so hard for us to connect with fans. I mean, like, you go and look at what Big Papa G's been doing, going around to all these football camps and stuff like that. With all these professional players and stuff, you're seeing their teams are helping, and their league is helping promote their stuff. Are you okay now? Are you back? I can't hear you. I can hear you, but they can't hear you because you're muted.
Why don't you ask our dog?
Oh, you mean your dog, the brat?
Yeah.
Huh?
Our dog, yeah.
Anyway, so this is the X-Fan Show. I am one of your hosts, Spurge. Right there is, I don't know why she is just up the stairs and sitting at the kitchen table.
Amanda.
Yeah, and she has her little spot down here in the studio, but
sometimes
it is
people, because there's an echo and your mouth is vibrating.
Because I don't have the door shut. That's why.
Okay, is that what it is?
That's why. Would you like me to shut the door so then you couldn't hear?
Dude, I can hear you with the door shut anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing, like, look, Coach is on his social media talking about the showcases that are coming up. So.
Yeah. Well, we have a special guest coming on, you guys, pretty soon. Travis Feeney will be on. He just messaged me, and I think he's in a different time zone, so he just wanted to make sure his time's right. So I'm going to.
What time did you tell him to come on?
6:10 Central Time.
Oh, it's 6:23.
Okay.
The show's only an hour long, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So you're going to have to cut down some of those questions that you gave.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Mr.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Bob the Builder. What would you do this next season to change their marketing?
What would I do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, I would do this, what Jared says right here. I would embrace some of these fan shows. I'm not saying all the fan shows, but embrace them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do more pre-recorded interviews for the local news channels in the area, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm the social media people or the media people for each one of these teams, instead of trying to build my own throne, I'm promoting the league every day. You could schedule it. I mean, that's what we've been doing here with Fuel Sports Network. Every day we've been scheduling posts that go out and stuff like that. I would be doing stuff like that.
And I will say this, at the end of the season, the championship game, they were giving away like free merchandise and stuff. So use that merchandise that they're giving you and wear that out when you're out and about and promote too. That's what we can do, our job as fans too, to help.
I mean, listen, everybody can sit here and hate on whoever they want, but I mean, I'll give it this. And the St. Louis fans can hate and say, oh, we don't carry this league, we're not supposed to support this league. But I can tell you this. I saw about 5,000 diehard fans, Battlehawk fans, that were at the UFL championship game. And big shout out to Rick Story and the STL tailgating group and the Steve Murphy and those guys tailgating groups. How they're the diehard fans and they were there at the championship game. And for St. Louis to say that we'll pack that house if we had the game. Yeah, we sold 27,000 tickets, but there was only what was the count that we heard, Amanda? What was it? 11 or no, it was 10, 7, 28 was the attendance scan
you talking
tickets.
about from Kilcorn?
Yeah.
On Fox 2 News?
Yeah, like right here. They went to every single game, almost. Went to every single game.
We need to have him on.
We do need to have Evan on.
Oh, he is so cute. I adore him.
So for sitting there and for St. Louis, all of you Battlehawk fans, now this goes out to the true Battlehawk fans, and they know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about. Keelan, I'm not talking about that, Keelan. Did you go to the championship game? Were you one of those keyboard warriors online talking last year in 2023 saying we will fill the dome up no matter who is in the championship game? Okay, there you go. So, Keelan, you're included into this 10,000 true Battlehawk fans. Now, I understand there were some fans that had some family issues and all that. Screw that and your father. Yeah, okay.
Hey.
That's what Father's Day. Okay, I read it. I had to pull it up. See? Look. Give credit to where credit is due. Yes. Went to San Antonio for the last year's championship game. Again, there are a diehard select few Battlehawk fans. But this goes to all the keyboard warriors.
Last year.
Huh?
We were on our way back on a plane on Mother's Day last year.
Yeah, exactly. This goes to all the keyboard warriors that said, we'll pack the dome. You didn't. You're a disgrace. And you're not a real football fan. Plain and simple. Quit saying that you want that. Quit saying it. Quit saying St. Louis is a football city because we proved it on Father's Day weekend that we are not a football city.
And that is in your opinion.
It's not my opinion. It's the truth.
No. That is in your
It's not the opinion. It's the truth. Listen, prime example. Amanda, if you have tickets to the Super Bowl, regardless if your team's in it, are you going? What?
You know why I'm not going? If my team, if Minnesota was not in it, right? Why would I spend thousands of dollars?
You have Super Bowl tickets already.
Question.
You have Super Bowl tickets already.
Of course, if I had them already and my team was going, of course I'd still go.
That's what I said. If you had Super Bowl tickets.
Yes, I would still go. But at the end of the day, do not compare the UFL to the NFL when it comes to the price of tickets. You could get a ticket for a championship game for $7.
No, it was actually less than that. I think it was $3 at one point.
Regardless.
And then they were giving them away for free and couldn't even give tickets away.
Versus paying like $20,000 for a ticket to go to the Super Bowl. Like, there's a little bit of a difference. Just a little.
Here's the problem. We bought all 27,000 tickets, right? The championship game cost the UFL money. Cost us money.
Yeah,
cost this league money.
But it should not come down to St. Louis to have to push the league to do
You're right,
good
because
at the end of the season.
Look, Amanda, see, you're trying to goat me into saying something.
I'm not going you into.
Yeah, you are, because let's really look at it. It's Keelan. It's not a different playing field. So let me explain something to you.
This is a reoccurring conversation with you because
It is, because I'm going to get people to finally realize it and understand it. So let's go back to 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go back, and there's a great little stat out. Ooh, do I have it? Actually, I think I do.
Travis was in his car. He will be on in a minute.
Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look, I actually think I have that little thing.
He'll be
How do
on probably
you...
in the next 6 minutes or so.
Is that what he said? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have that. Yes, there it is. I have it. This is a great little thing that I found, right?
Because everything
I
you
want to
read on
show
the internet
something.
is true, right?
Do what?
Let's just keep in mind, because everything you read on the internet's right?
No. This came from... Oh, I just pooped in my pants.
This is okay. This is why I'm upstairs.
Where is it? I know, right? Is this what I found? No, that's not. Oh man, I wish.
Just get to your point. I don't care about all that.
So somebody had posted a picture of attendance, okay, for the Battlehawks over the last... since 2020, okay, and showed it. So of course we had the 40,000 game, but what happened? What I noticed is that attendance dropped every single game, week by week.
Okay, but again, this is where you are being a hypocrite from a standpoint of who is it that always says that what the league cares about is TV ratings, not attendance, right?
Well, that is true. They do.
So now
That's
you
what
want to sit here and blah, blah, because the attendance isn't good. Pick a lane, stay in a lane. What are you saying that you want? I just don't. I'm confused.
What do I want is I want St. Louis to quit saying that they're a football city when they're not. That's all it is. That's all it is. Quit saying you're a football city when you're not a football city.
Okay, can you change that?
Huh?
Can you change that?
No. And here's what you guys
Exactly.
realize. The more sections they open, the more money it costs to run the dome. Yeah, see, look, right here. Moose just finally announced it today that the attendance matters.
Okay, the newsflash, act like it.
Well, that's what he said. So again, I'm going to go back to it. Every single section they open up.
Every year. It's like the same thing over and over and over again. You cannot keep coming out and publicly saying the same excuse every single year. It gets old. Saying that attendance matters, that the fans matter, the fan base, doing all this stuff, right? If that matters, then show it to us. Show us that it does matter.
God, I wish.
Get it.
I wish I could have. I wish I could. I thought I saved the picture, but I guess
I'm not trying to be a naysayer or, act like that, but it's just like it's the same quotes, the same things that are said every single year.
Right.
And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
But Amanda, here's what I'm saying. Are you ready? Here's what I'm saying. So for every section that they open up in the dome, right? Oh, look who finally decides to join us.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Well, he might get brought on, but I doubt it. He knew we were having a show today.
Okay, come on.
Should I bring him on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Arlington. He's mad at you.
Why are you mad at me? You knew we had a special guest coming on today.
I thought the time was 7 o'clock.
Well, apparently,
he's going to come on in a minute.
Apparently, somebody said 6 o'clock. What is this? What did he say? The league currently has more important matters than a video game. You're absolutely correct. They do. They do. I'm going to bring Arlington back on. Arlington?
Please tell me a video game.
Hi, sunshine. Arlington, we're talking about marketing. We're still waiting on Travis Feeney.
Good. So
First
he's
off,
here in
hello
time for that.
everyone. Hello everyone. Nobody told me 6 o'clock was the time, so I decided to arrive at 6:30, thinking, "Oh, I'm early." No, I'm turning out. I'm ridiculously
Seeing as
late.
I'm not the media PR director anymore, it's not my fault. So I'm not taking
I
responsibility
didn't even
for
see.
that.
I didn't even mention blame on nobody. See, I ain't mentioned blame on nobody. That's all I was saying. All I was saying was
you need to quit talking to this one right here. Quit
nobody
talking
tell me nothing.
Quit talking to him.
And
He
you
sees that
knew
face.
this was my only off day this week. Only off day. It wasn't that hard.
Oh, I'm like, look, to be honest, I don't think we should have broadcasted anyways this week because it is the 4th of July. So we want here at the Fuel, we want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July.
He's working on getting on. He's working on getting on right now.
That's
well, that's what I'm saying. Here it is. The shield's up. Amanda, it would never be your fault.
That's right. That's right.
Kind of is, Keelan.
It kind of is, but we're not gonna go there.
They always say dirty.
We're not gonna go there.
Right? It's never Amanda's fault. That's my new saying. Never my fault. So
You've been hanging around Spurge a little too long.
Arlington, I think don't we have a new PR marketing strategy guy?
Mm-hmm.
Are we throwing him under the bus?
No, we have that person, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I decide to go above and beyond infinity and do my job that I don't have. Because I'm that damn good.
Yeah, where's the rope that I can hang myself? I'm sure I'll be getting a phone call either tomorrow or Friday from my media PR guy screaming and yelling at me. But I love him.
Mm-hmm.
But I still love the guy.
Like I always
where's
say,
our guest
what I do
at?
now. He is coming. He is trying to get on.
That's what I was saying. 7 o'clock. I thought that's why we said 7 o'clock was the time for this. What are we doing? We just shooting. Just shooting.
Well, no, we were actually talking about. I was explaining to everybody.
Let me check on our guest.
How that we talk about how great St. Louis is, but St. Louis is actually costing us money because the more sections,
we back at this again.
The more sections they open up, the more it costs them money to run the dome.
Dude, we over this. We're over this.
We are over. We were talking about.
We're over that, man.
No, what we were talking about, what got it going on. Oh, look there he is. There he is. Oh, look at him. Let's bring in our special guest. The one and the only. Is it number 56? Is that what his number is? Number 56? Is that right, Arlington? The big 5'6", the one, the only, Mr. Travis Feeney. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry, y'all, that I'm late.
No, it's Amanda's fault. It's Amanda's fault why you're late. So don't even worry about it.
Dude, it's my fault. Like, I literally missed the Zoom meeting today that I had with guys about the camp, and I literally forgot about the Central Time. I'm like, they're like, yeah, 1 o'clock Central Time, and I'm like, okay. And I didn't even remember. I was like, oh, it's 1 o'clock here Pacific Time. I'm like, dude, I missed the whole meeting.
So you're back home then, right?
Yeah, I'm back in Cali. That's why it threw me off. I'm like, man, I've been in Texas now. I've been in the same. I've only been like 1 hour apart. So now I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm back home.
We got Joey Sally saying you kind of look like Jay Uso giving you a yeet. You know what? I can kind of see that.
You know, a little bit.
Yeah.
Travis, this is what I deal with.
You don't do the yeet?
Yeet.
Yeet. Should we bring Amanda back in? Let's bring Amanda in, who helped facilitate this interview with the great Travis Feeney. All right, I brought you back in, Amanda.
Sorry.
I am thoroughly irritated. First off, it's my fault. Always my fault.
right, well,
No
let's get
offense,
to it.
Travis. You don't know Pacific to Central time.
The other
Oh
way.
my
The
god.
other
Yeah.
way. The other
Well,
way,
That
Amanda.
first
was
The
of
other
all,
way, Amanda. Look the other way.
Central,
wouldn't
whatever.
you have
bad.
thought, Amanda, when you were scheduling the interview that you'd figure out where he was? In what time zone?
No, I'm not nosy like you. He has a
Oh,
life. I'm not gonna ask him what he's doing all the time.
but when you're setting up an interview, that's kind of what you do. Hey, what
Okay.
time zone are
Nah,
you
I
in?
put the blame on me for sure.
Travis,
Because
you're
she
giving her
Thank
definitely
way
put
you.
too
Central
much credit.
Time. She definitely
Thank
put
you.
Central Time in the message, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Thank
I
you.
messed up.
Oh,
Thank
okay
you.
then. All right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, so
Yeah,
let's get to
it's definitely on me.
it. Travis, the UFL season is over. First question.
Yeah.
What was the difference between the two leagues?
Man, I think right off the bat, the difference you notice is the competition because they cut the rosters down, which personally I'm not a big fan of. Like there definitely should be your league opportunity. You should definitely have more players on the roster and more players playing. Um, but definitely with that cut of the roster, you had to have more you had to have more guys who could play special teams and also play on the field, you know, so that made more locked in, like more better competition. um I think what was another thing I liked. I think overall I liked that I was able to play guys that I played in the USFL before. For me personally, that was my thing. I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna play teams that I played. I mean, I've done all the leagues now, which is kind of funny, but it sucks to say. But yeah, so I mean, like getting to play the guys in the USFL again, and getting to see a lot of my homies that I've played with or played against, getting to see them this year was pretty cool.
You know, it's funny that you say that. I think you have played in every single spring league that has been created.
Yeah, but the XFL 2.0, that's the only one.
Yeah, wow, that is impressive. Now you talk about the cutting of the rosters, right?
Yep.
So the one thing that we saw this year was the injury bug seemed to hit the league more. Was that because the rosters were cut, or was it because, in your opinion, as a player, or was it because of when you guys decided to start the season?
I think one, I wish the season had started at the same time, but business wise, you understand that they did all this pretty quick. They weren't able to get everything in order. I'm really interested in seeing how it goes next year. But as far as like the injury part, I do think that as a player, I mean, you're having you what we went from. I'm pretty sure we were at what 46 last year, and then we we're at what 42 here this year. I mean, that makes significant difference on guys'
Something like
bodies.
that.
Yeah, it makes a difference on guys' bodies rotation, how many people we got on the field, how we are rotating, and I think that hurt the league. I think the league they need to evaluate that because to have less bodies is going to bring more injuries because guys are going to be more burnt out. It's a 10-game
Mm-hmm.
season and you're still having guys run around. You brought that kickoff back, so that's going to bring a whole lot of wear and tear on people. It's going to bring a lot of running on people's hamstrings and legs. Um, but I definitely think that that played a part. That definitely played a part in cutting the roster. I mean, if we would have had an extra 4 or 5 bodies again, like another teammates that were active and were able to play, it changes it. It changes the whole game. You're able to keep
I
some
But
guys more fresh, you know. So I definitely think that that was a big part in the injuries.
all
I have
right,
a
there you
question for
go.
you. How was it playing with PETA this time around comparing to last year? You had to go against them of sorts. What were the things that you guys were, working on to make sure, making sure that both of y'all were like better players because we both saw both of you guys really playing at a high level when you were on the field and when he was on the field and when both of you were on the field.
Yeah, I mean, like it definitely added to the team. I mean, like me and Carson were doing we did great, and a lot of the other guys, Elam and all those guys before Elam left and everything. And we had a bunch of good group guys, and to bring in another guy to bring energy, it was good. It was good to have. Definitely, it was a new thing to learn to play with somebody else that you've already played with somebody the year before. So you had more of a chemistry with someone else. Like I had more chemistry with Carson, just knowing his game, and then to adjust and play with somebody else, that was just an adjustment period.
So, Travis, let me ask you, if you could change any rule, right, that the UFL had this last season, what would it have been?
Oh man, I could change any rule.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely two rules I would change. One would be I would change the kickoff back to the XFL kickoff. That definitely would come back. I mean, the NFL's now taking that, so why would we change it?
Mm-hmm.
I would change the. I would put two challenges for the coaches, and I would put if you win a challenge, you don't lose the challenge. I mean, you win a challenge and you don't get rewarded for it. So I don't really understand the point of having a challenge if you don't get anything. You don't get the only game you get is that the play gets reversed, and you don't lose a timeout, but you don't get anything.
Right.
So a big rule would be for them that they should evaluate is that if you win the challenge, you you get another challenge. You keep your challenge.
There's a question from Keelan. He asks, would you want to start it in March or same time like it was this past year?
But this year, wait, this year our first game was
Started
in March, right?
like April. It started at the
Was
end
it
of April.
April first game?
Yeah.
It started the end of March.
The end of March.
The end of
Yeah.
March, wasn't it?
Well,
Oh yeah.
I would like to start the beginning of March.
Beginning.
Yeah, the beginning of March because it's more key for guys to get into OTAs. Like the guys we ended the season in, OTAs were done, mini camp was done for most teams. So it's like you lost the opportunity to get in front of guys. So now you're trying to get in camp and you're trying to be a body basically. I mean, these teams have their rosters set at this point, so you're really just you're hoping for an injury. You're hoping that they don't like a guy that they had in OTAs, and most of the time teams are going to give guys chances in OTAs and minicamp. So it makes it harder to get out.
So, Travis, tell me about that last game that you guys played against San Antonio.
Wait,
I know. I'm going there. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm going there.
So, Travis, I want to elaborate on this a little bit too. I want to know about the last game. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love you. I know you gave me trouble at the town hall because you said keep talking your trash, right? You kept telling me keep talking your trash. I was like, all right, because that's what we do. But
you definitely did.
The last game. How can you guys not figure out how to play with the crowd noise?
Dude.
Tell people right now, tell the fans in St. Louis, it's the stupid beach balls. That's what distracts you guys. You see those dumb beach balls and it distracts you, right? Tell them. Tell them that's what it is, Travis.
The streamers.
The streamers. Yeah, the streamers that they throw on the field.
Tell them it's the stupid beach balls and the streamers. And that's why that last game was the way it happened, right? Travis, tell them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
The lies you tell.
But no, what is it with the home crowd here in St. Louis that kind of and I mean, I went back and I watched the game. Look, I'm not a professional like you or whatever, right? I'm not. But when I go back and I watch the game, what is it like when you're on that field and those people are screaming and it makes you guys do those defensive impulses because you're an intense player?
Man, I don't even think it's that. I think it's more like, I think I jumped off sides in one of the games. But I think it's more like, yeah. Oh. No, once, man. Once.
Oh, you're right. It was once. Yeah, it was your other buddy. It was Austin who jumped off three times.
Freedom jumped and Austin jumped. Oh my God.
Yeah, right,
yeah. I think
he's like, don't
I
put
think
that on
defensively
me.
it's more of like it's more the intensity to like you want to make a play and you're trying to make this play and like we felt at that time defensively we had to do something. And it's like when you go out of your character and you feel you have to make a play, it's when you mess up. When you're trying to chase that play, and that's when we get the false starts. Because, like, yeah, the noise messes with us too. I mean, but like you gotta love it. I mean, it made the offenses jump all year. But like sometimes we don't get the call, and sometimes it's not just the noise not getting the call. It's like sometimes our mic is messed up in our helmet. And you see guys covering their ear, and it's like they're covering their ear because the sound's messed up in the helmet. You're not hearing coach. And I think guys just like if you have a stunt game on, you're trying to get to the stunt first before actually seeing the play. Um, but yeah, man, it's really just you could say it's a lack of focus, but you can also say it's just like it's trying to overdo something, trying to not just do your job, but trying to do someone else's assignment or trying to become a hero when you don't got to be a hero.
Okay. Now, I
Mhm.
mean, that's an answer that you can't deny and you can't argue with. I mean, you got me, bro. So I apologize.
No, no,
You
no, no,
got
no,
me.
no, no, no.
That
You
doesn't
good.
happen often. Just so you
You
know.
got me. I can't argue
Um,
that point. I get it.
Man, when I jumped on the game before, I said, "Oh, they're gonna let me have it." I
Oh,
said,
yo,
"If they
bro.
make this, I said they make this field goal, I am going to just run into the locker room, and I'm just gonna cover my head."
Listen, bro, I love you, but I'm sitting right next to Amanda. Arlington's right at the other end of me. And you jumped, and I go, what in the hell is that son of a bitch jumping for with a 4th and 1? The play's on the line, and he
Oh my
jumps.
god.
Now I feel bad after you tell me everything you tell me just
Good,
to say
as
that.
you should,
Now I feel like an
as you
asshole
should,
Finally,
because you're like,
finally.
you
hey,
should.
here's why it happened because
Yeah, man,
of
I was
my
trying to make a play.
intensity.
Hey, and I
So
was
that's
going
why I
to
was
actually
calling you
say,
a son of a bitch because of my intensity because you jumped on 4th and 1. But
I
no,
mean, it gave, I will say this, it gave the feel of like it was with the Rams when they were in town. And I think that's what the cool thing was. You care less about what the attendances were. But
Right,
when you watch those games, especially that type of game, it was a special game for St. Louis. They wanted to see a playoff game. They wanted to see a playoff win. You know,
yeah,
we've had a lot of times where we were disappointed, but
right,
I can understand where you're coming from with this intensity because, yeah, we see that on the field all the time with you.
Mhm.
And I think
yeah,
that has been the major thing about your play is that you're intense and that all you focus, like you said, is about making a play.
right.
and
It
What
that's
are
was
why I
you
think that's
looking?
what endures you to so many St. Louis fans. And hold on, Amanda, let me
Nah, man,
piggyback
I
off
love the fans, man.
of let me piggyback off of what Arlington says. So when you talk about that intensity that you have when you're on that field and you're in that moment, like what it like it how is it in St. Louis compared to the other cities
Oh,
that feeling?
there's no comparison.
Like
Like,
what is the what is the feeling like in
um,
that?
in any of the other cities, it's really like I say, BYOE, bring your own energy. Um,
Hmm.
you gotta hype yourself up. I mean, and I'm like I said, like you said, like I'm always intense, but like when you got like the support that St. Louis has, it just makes you like not want to fail. It's like oh man, these guys like they lost their team, and like now we're their team, and like they should St. Louis should have an NFL team. I mean, after what I've seen with this, and like if this was an NFL team, it would be even bigger, and how they did things, and overall just ticket sales, everything. But I mean, it's like it's just huge. It's huge to have like everybody has that passion, and then it's like your passion is matched. That's what I would say. I feel like my passion, like when I'm in St. Louis, I'm like, man, my passion is matched, if not more. Like these fans are probably more crazy than I am. And then in the other stadiums, it's just like it's dead. There ain't really nothing going on. San Antonio was loud last year, but this year it was like, eh. Ain't nothing around. Birmingham disappointed me. I thought Birmingham was going to be really a lot of people. When I was in the USFL, it filled up. So when when we went this year and it was like partially filled up on one side, I was like, yeah, they got to do something about that. They got to try to find some way to get ticket sales in. They got to find some way to get the guys out in the community more. Either get guys out 2 days before the game, something, to do more. I mean, like we did stuff now. We did stuff last minute, but I want to just have us do more stuff in the city that we're playing in.
Okay.
Understood.
See,
Hey, when you're on
now
the
it makes
field,
sense. Now it
yeah,
makes sense of why you guys commit as many penalties as you do at home than you do on the road. Because, as you just said, it's that intensity when you're at home and you guys want to do what it is. So now now I understand. So I won't be so quite as
get off his back.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
yeah, I won't be so my old 48-year-old grumpiness. I won't be so grumpy. I won't be so old manish now while I'm watching the game because now I understand.
I was gonna ask you, like, Travis, when you're out
No,
there
no, we
playing,
lost them.
Oh,
did
no,
we
no, no,
lose
I'm
him?
back. I'm still here.
He was see what he did. You
I
know
was-
what he did, Arlington? He turned the camera off and he gave me the finger because he's like, screw Spurge, the loudmouth. Which is okay, Travis. We'll keep that as a secret. Nobody will ever know. Don't worry.
Question for you, like when you're
Yeah.
out there on the field and you're playing, Travis, is there any moment where you kind of like black out and where you kind of either block out the noise and it's like I'm focused on just making either a play on the quarterback or just making a play, period? Is there a point where you just kind of black out or so?
Yeah, man. I think there's a couple times because I always tell myself, like, on that field, I'm no longer Travis. I don't know who that guy is. He's some other guy that I've tapped into. But I always tell myself before the game, I'm like, let him out, let him out, let him out, let him out. It's done. And then, like, when I run out that tunnel, it's done. Like, Travis is out. He's in the locker room chilling. And whoever this guy is, he's just a mad, angry guy, and he's passionate. And then once the national anthem gets played and it's done, I'm just locked in, man. And, like, literally, I'm probably just locked in the whole time until, like, a big play happens, and then I'll come back and flash back. And most of the time when I'm on the field, if I beat a guy and I know I'm about to get the sack, or I beat a guy and I know I'm about to get a big play, when I'm celebrating and yelling, I'm blacked out. I don't even be remembering half the time.
Because I wonder, like, does Travis does he have an alter ego? Like you kind of mentioned it of sorts. You said you leave Travis in the locker room, and this madman comes out instead. Because I know a lot of times players say that kind of the same thing, that you all kind of zero out. It's like my focus is on these 100 yards at this point, until the game is over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting all by itself.
Yeah, I wish I would have named my alter ego, but I've never named it.
We're going to. We're gonna call it Hulk Feeney.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. No,
Okay,
Trey said no.
Hey, Trey says no. We're calling it Hulk Feeney. Hulk Feeney.
My family always calls me Tornado.
Then
So
there
I'll be
you
like,
go.
"Yo,
There you go.
Tornado.
That's what you call it.
There we go.
I always took it as like the nicknames that I've had throughout the years. Like, that's why I'm like, okay, well, this is my alter ego for this team. This is my alter
Tornado.
ego for
I
this
like
one.
that.
Yeah, the Tornado. I had that one. I had the Mantis. When I was a freshman in college. I was super skinny, man. I had long arms.
So,
Tornado's
Travis, I have
better.
to tell you, I remember last year, it was the San Antonio game, first game of the season. You got a concussion, I believe. You were knocked out, like,
I got the
real
sack
quick.
fumble, and
Yep.
I got
Yeah.
knocked out.
You did. I have to tell you,
I blame
how
Willie Harvey for not making the block. It would have been a touchdown.
I have to tell you how I remember you was a few choice words in your hair walking out of that stadium that day, because you were not happy at all. Not happy at all. But you had a few choice words. So I just want to ask you, what's the intensity difference? Like, do you see one from last season to this year?
Say that
Like,
again.
what was your intensity? Like, what's the intensity from last season to this season? Does it feel different at all?
I think it felt a little different just because there's new guys. Um, I did miss a couple of my boys from last year. I mean, I didn't have my road dog Tiny with me, Tiny Tupo. That's my dog. That's my boy. I've been in his wedding. His kids are my nieces and nephews. But yeah, man, that was maybe something a little different for me that I didn't have my road dog with me. I've always had him. We've always played in all these leagues together, so that was a big difference. It was like, oh wow, it's just me left. But I mean, I had Carson and everything. Me and Carson are really close, and Freedom are really close. But definitely not having my boy Tiny with me was a little different energy for me.
What was it like working with Coach Beck again this year?
Man, it's good. It was really good. It's cool for me also to see his development as a coach, because I mean I've seen Beck from a position coach, tight end, just a tight end coach, to now as a head coach, and just to see how he's developing with guys and growing. I think it's a big thing. I think just like anybody else, there's always room for improvement, and he'll tell you that himself. He's always big stickler on himself, and I think he's definitely looking to evolve and grow like always, like we all are. So it was good. It was fun. It was fun to be with him again. I mean, love Coach. Coach is a great guy. So I
And
ain't got
we
no complaints about Beck. That's my dog.
All right.
we
Well,
had JJ on a couple
Said
weeks ago.
no tornado.
looks like Tornado's gonna start sticking. So,
We had
uh,
JJ on a couple weeks ago, and he said that you got quite a smack talk mouth there, Feeney. So do you
Who
like to
said
talk
that?
smack? JJ did.
JJ. I
Mhm.
do a little bit. A little bit.
Mhm.
I like to talk trash a little bit.
So
Not you being all
tell us,
extra modest now.
yeah. So tell us of a play, or tell us of a team that you played against that really had the mouth going. Would you
Man, the
say?
San Antonio, honestly, like I didn't I it was funny. I tried to talk mess with Birmingham, but I know a lot of the guys on Birmingham, so they're just like, yeah, bro. I said, yeah, dude. I can't it's not even gonna work because I already you're like my bro. Like I already know you, it's not gonna work. Um Other than that, man, I didn't really do as much trash talking as I usually do. Only San Antonio. San Antonio had me really just yeah, they had me hot.
all right.
I
Well,
mean, I'm
speaking
sure
of that,
everybody saw me after the game and after the San Antonio game. I said, "Oh, great! This put me in a great light."
yeah. Well, I think
Mhm.
look, I think your name is changing from
Treinado.
a
Tornado.
tornado to a tornado.
Trinata.
So
That's it. Trinata. I like
Tornado,
that
do
one.
you like that?
Trinata.
You know how these St. Louis fans are. They're crazy, man. They're nuts. They're
That's my
nuts.
dog. That's my dog.
So yeah, you speak of that. You speak of the San Antonio, right? With you
Yep.
guys only playing San Antonio once in
23.
the 23 season, now to playing them not once, not twice, but three times.
Yeah.
Where last year we said our rivalry was DC. Has that
Right.
switched? So, in
Nah.
your opinion, who is our rivalry?
Nah. It ain't switch.
No.
There ain't. It ain't no switch, man. I hate DC. I hate San Antonio. I hate them all. I hate every
Oh
dang
my god! I
team that
almost
ain't
spit
us.
my water out.
I don't. I don't like no team. Everybody always like, oh, do you like anybody? No, I don't like anybody. Why would I like anybody? If I liked them, I'd be with them. I don't like them. I
He
don't like
said
none of
no.
them. I don't like
Okay,
none
no,
of
but
the
that's
teams.
not the question. Who's our rival? Is it DC or is
No,
it
It's
Alabama
hey,
it's
or
it's
Birmingham or is it just everybody?
every team is every team, but every team in our conference for sure is a rival.
Okay, there
Trinado
you
has
go.
spoken.
It's just
He
like
spoke.
it's honestly, I feel like we like the NFC East in the early 2000s. And y'all know how that was. Like, nah, we like them. All the teams hate each
Oh,
other.
Man.
Ooh.
so Travis,
Uh,
you have an event coming up. Tell us about this
Yeah.
event you're doing with Sutherland and Shepherd.
Yeah, so Darius Shepard, Jake Sutherland, and we got Keelan on there too, our running back, one of our running backs. So we're all Keelan, my bad. What the heck? I'm killing his name. My dog gonna be mad. So we got a camp, 7 to 18-year-olds all through all ages. We're doing at Zumwalt Field. Come out. Tomorrow's our last day of signing. Think everything closes at 12 o'clock at night. It's our last day. It's $50, but there's also a 15% code for all three of us. We have a code. It's our first and last names, and it's our number. So it's Travis Feeney, 56, Jake Sutherland, 84, Darius Shepard, 11. So you use that code, you get 15% off. Bring your kids out. Even come out, just hang out if y'all want to watch. But yeah, no, it's going to be a good experience. We're going to rotate the kids around and put them in every position. A lot of kids don't get to play other positions. So, I mean, you might be an O-lineman, you might be running some routes, but who knows? It might be your thing right now. Right now, you 7, 8 years old. You might be a little chunky kid right now, but you might grow tall like me and then be slim. So,
Travis, you talk about chunky, right?
yeah.
You got to grow into it.
How can a 48-year-old white bearded
No.
middle-aged roly-poly
it.
looking guy who's got the definition of dad
Don't
bod.
do it. You said don't do it.
Can I come out there and run some routes? Can I come out there and
you gone,
show
man.
you young guys what it's
I think
like
you might
to be an old grizzled vet?
I think you might got 1 or 2 reps in you still.
Oh my.
Or
a half of one.
A half?
Trav,
You ain't got a half?
Trav, what are you doing?
Travis, you can't
Trav, what are you doing, man? Bro, I
ain't got
thought
a
you was
half.
better than that.
I got
You
listen.
gotta lean over.
Listen.
You can't lean over.
Listen,
How you gonna lean over to a play?
Travis, don't let these two young kids.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do
Listen, I've been known to take it.
We're okay.
Lay a hit here and there. Didn't say I could get up from it, but I've been known to lay a hit and
he got a friend that's 6'3".
Up,
He got a friend that's 6'4" and 350 pounds. He will sit on him. He's gone.
He's done.
No, listen, I remember we were standing at the showcase, Travis, and you came over to me. No, look, I mean, I'm a 48-year-old dude. I'm 5 foot, 10, 250. And then I look at you and I remember saying to you, I was like, damn, you were a grown man. And you're here. I mean, I got kids as old as you, and I was like, damn, you actually look like a grown man. And here I am. I'm an actual grown man, and I look like a roly-poly or whatever next to you. I mean,
so white right now.
Travis, explain to people how hard it is to actually stay in the shape that you're in, because it's not hard. It's not an easy thing to do. So, like, what is the Travis Feeney routine every day to stay in that shape that you have to stay in?
Right now, man, I took a fake 2 weeks off. I stayed in Texas until the end of the month. I had my apartment, but honestly, I took a fake 2 weeks off because I was working at the SPCA. But they had me running with the dogs, so I was running with the dogs and walking around with the dogs. But then, I still did a couple workouts on my own. Just nothing super strenuous, nothing super intense. But the hard part of it is at this point is like it's really knowing yourself, knowing how your body's changing, and knowing that like I can't just 2 weeks not do anything. I have to run. I got to do something because you'll lose it. You'll lose it faster than you had it. I mean, you'll gain it in a month and then lose it in a week. So it's a matter of picking right choices with food. Right days about, okay, I got to run out here, but I got to run and not kill myself. I can't go out here and run to the field and run 50 gassers and think that I'm going to be okay for the next week. Now I might burn myself out for the whole week. So it's like really managing and time managing, because I mean your body's only has so many reps, so it's really working at it. I mean, like I get told by the guys all the time, dude, how are you still moving so well? And I'm like, dude, I invested in my body a lot. I do a lot of deep tissue massages, acupuncture, chiropractor, yoga. I mean, I do it all. Training. I do physical therapy on my body that I don't even need physical therapy on. I just do it like I do the exercises and stuff before anything happens. I always try to avoid injuries by doing pre-work before it happens. But yeah, man, it's just really putting yourself in a schedule. Like now I'm in my 80-20 rule where I'm 8% of the time I'm eating pretty healthy. I have a 20% where I'm not eating too good, where I have a cheat meal or cheat day. It depends. I mix it up, but it's really hard to just manage yourself. You got to really learn control. And that's the hardest thing.
Yeah, Travis, I have what's called a weight problem. I can't wait to eat. That's my problem. I can't wait to eat.
That's I'm gonna use that one. That's a good.
So when you have a weight problem where you can't wait to eat, what should you do to eat health? Like people don't realize you guys are literally living specimens of athleticism.
Yeah, man. I said take out a lot of your sugary drinks.
You mean like this?
Yeah, man. Yeah, take that one out, man.
Yeah.
Have you had this, Travis? Have you had this?
I didn't even know they had a Dr. Pepper. Is that strawberry?
That's strawberry and cream, bro. It's like it tastes
horrible.
like a milkshake.
Horrible.
Tastes like a chocolate. It tastes like a strawberry milkshake.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
fantastic,
Nothing
man.
like it.
I'm sorry. I love it, dude.
Wait. I got two people saying it's fantastic. Adrian and Smoke, they both said
I like
fantastic.
it, man. Hey, he was the one. He was actually the one that got me on it.
Oh,
no,
shoot. Okay.
Don't do it.
That and the
Travis,
cream soda one.
No, don't, Travis. Don't, because then you're going to end up like me. Then you're going to end like me with a dad bod. Don't do
Travis,
that. No.
if you had one sip of that, your whole body would start convulsing. Like literally you would. You can't do it. It's terrible.
All right.
It said so much sugar in it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Travis.
Am I not going to do the plug?
Go.
Oh. Yeah. This is the STL Show here on the Fuel Sports Network. You can find us on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. I am one of your hosts. Spurge, right there next to me is my partner in crime every Wednesday night. The one, the only, man that I married in Las Vegas, and now we are divorced.
The lost and confused A-Train.
Right below him is the loudmouth of the A-Team herself, the one and the only.
The loudmouth.
Travis, you gonna let him talk to me like that?
Dang.
You're a guest, and you ain't gonna let him talk to me like that.
Oh, wait till you hear his talk up.
No, my name's Amanda, but I'm not the loudmouth of the show.
Okay, about time, and we are
Amanda, the real one.
We are joined with the living, the myth, the legend, the St. Louis God, the number 5'6", the king of the Lou, the one and the only trade tornado, Mr. Travis Feeney. I fucked it up. I screwed it up. I always do. So that's why you don't ever let me do. That's why you ever don't let me do the intros.
But you do it all the time because
you should know better. We are here with Travis Feeney, the linebacker. Travis, what you have had this appeal to the St. Louis fan base where, I mean, they literally, you were like, this is your second home. You could come to St. Louis.
Oh, man, I'm glad.
Live in St. Louis, and people would accept you as our own hometown son. For you not being in this area and living in this area and only being here playing through football, what does that mean to you to know that that's how you were seen here in St. Louis?
Man, it means a lot, man. It means a lot. That's really big for me. I really made it my goal to try to give the fans an experience, something that they haven't had before. You know, looking at through my career, just looking at how, as far as like NFL interaction with fans and messaging people and interacting and getting to know people and getting to know their lives. And I think my big thing was to make myself personable, because I think a big thing is, as an athlete, especially even as a football player, you always got this helmet on you and this gear on you. Nobody ever sees you, and nobody really tells your story, and nobody really has an idea of really who you are. And I think my biggest thing was to make sure I interact with people and talk and get to know them and get to know their stories and get to know who they are. I mean, just like I did things jumping in the stands, that was one of my things all the time, and just giving engagement. And I think that was a big thing for me. I mean, I really felt the love from the city, and still to this day, obviously feel it. I mean, to hear that, I mean, like, that's why I'm coming back now and doing a couple things with the guys. I mean, it's huge for me. It's big. My family loves it. I mean, I got new family that I've added in with the guys and the girls, you know, and the fans joining in, and, you know, it's been amazing.
Now, here where Sabrina says, are the other players jealous because you have your own fan club, the Feeney fans.
Serena, they be messing with me a little bit. They be messing with me sometimes. They be messing with me a
Haters.
little bit sometimes, but they're like, dude, like you have a couple guys. It's not a lot. We have a couple guys like, bro, ain't it kind of weird that you like message people and talk with them? I'm like, no, it's not,
No,
dude. We're
that's
all
what people
normal
want.
people. We're all normal people, dude. Like, and
Mhm.
you only get to do this once. You know, I had a guy, one of my younger guys last year, and he's like, dude, like some of these fans like ask for like a jacket and my autograph, and I'm kind of like, why do they want it and all this? I'm like, dude, like you better enjoy this while you have it. It's only one time. And then like towards the end of the year, he was like, kind of like, wow, do you right? This is like pretty cool, and like people really like love us and all that. I'm like, yeah, man, you aren't really seeing it. You didn't look at the big picture. You know, and just like you said, I think it's just making connections, man, and networking and knowing people. Like you said, like, nah, I feel I can always come back to St. Louis and like catch up with people. Like I can always catch up with you guys.
Right.
You
Well, I
know,
mean,
and
it's
like
We
it's
hope
y'all
it's
are
that.
funny.
amazing. Y'all are an amazing group. Like y'all ever
Oh,
want me on again? Let me know
No, bro,
anytime.
you have an open door here on the X Fan. You have an open door for the Fuel Sports Network, and right there, as
Oh yeah,
Arlington
for
points,
you.
as Arlington points to it, I mean, the whole
Fuel Sports
acronym for
Network.
Fuel is Fans United Experience Legion, and that's what
Oh,
this
that was
is.
I didn't realize the same for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's to create the Legion across the entire U.S. That's what Fuel stands for.
Okay.
Now, Travis, you talk about the connections with the fans. Is there certain fans that stick out in your mind that you've made a connection with that you remember and that just really stick out to you?
Yeah, man. It's definitely two big groups, man. My dogs, uh, my Hawaiian fan, where they at?
They're
Where
on
I'm
here.
pretty sure he's on here, right?
They're on here. Evan, his
Yeah, yeah,
mom, and his dad, Eric, and
yep, yep,
I
yep.
forget her name. I
Feel
forget how to say her name.
feeling all
Yeah,
them. They're
Keelan,
Yep,
all
yep.
yep.
and
Those
little
my
Evan.
peoples for sure. Love them, man, for sure. They've been following us since Washington. So me and my boy Tani. So they're big, and then my the ones who started the Feeney fan group, my boys, my man Dan and all that, and his family. They're just huge for me, man. I've already told them like anytime. I mean, I got his phone number. We talk. We literally talk all the time, and he talked to me all off season. So like when you get that, when it's like people are checking in on you, and it's not even a season anymore, and they're really trying to get to know you, it's like, okay, this wasn't just because I was playing ball. This is actually because of who I am. Like when you get that, and then you have a special connection with those people. Like and I got a special. I'm just as much as they're a fan of me, I'm a fan of them.
Sabrina
And that's a
says we
big
have to
thing.
get him a fuel. I think that might. I think that
Yeah,
might be. I think that might be possible.
yeah. Y'all gotta
I
give me
think
you got
that
to
one.
get
might
the
work
Legion
out.
Hmm.
shirt.
We'll
No.
get you
Yeah,
one.
when I come up there this weekend.
Well, that could
You have
work. Well, you're coming back. Well, you got this. Okay. Well, you got two events what people don't realize. You
Yeah, so
have
I actually have. Yeah, we got three events.
because you got the one this weekend.
We got the one this weekend. We got the camp this weekend. That's ours, and then we're actually going to a signing event on Sunday.
Yep.
The sporting cards signing event, and then we actually have an event at Second Shift Brewery that you guys can make it out to. We'll be out there for a Q&A, do a signing event. That's
Now, who's
on.
moderating your Q&A? First of all,
Yeah, we haven't. I don't know actually yet.
I listen. I
Oh,
have a
you didn't
feeling
tell
I
me yet.
know the
It's me.
perfect
Nobody
the
told me, but
perfect crew
it's
to
me.
moderate your Q&A because we don't take no
I just don't know
bullshit
yet.
from people, and we won't tolerate any dumb answers
It's
or
me.
Hey,
I
stupid
just don't know it yet.
questions
No one's told me yet,
because we
so
don't
I'll
deal with
I'll know the
idiots.
answers.
You know what I'm
yeah, for
saying?
sure. We're going to talk about this.
I think you got the perfect crew right here. Now, Travis, the one thing that you miss about the one food you miss about St. Louis that you can't get at
Oh,
home.
oh,
Now let's think about this one. We think
ah.
wisely.
So, So my guy Sully, I still haven't had. He said I haven't had a great one yet. Is it's the pork steak. I haven't had a great pork steak yet, but he told me I have to get one. But for me, my auntie out there got me ooey gooey cake. Now that
The gooey
Gooey
now
butter
butter
cake.
cake.
yeah, the butter cake. Yeah, that's what it is.
Gooey
Butter
butter
cake.
cake. Yup.
Yeah, now that I missed that. Now she got me two after the game, and I sat there and was eating them sad.
And how did you feel? Because I can literally put down an entire 8x8
Oh, dude,
gooey butter cake by myself.
I was feeling it. I had the itis for sure. But other than that, man, I missed the little ravioli, man, the fried raviolis.
The toasted
Toasted
rabs.
ravioli.
Yeah, the toasted ravs. Yeah.
Now listen,
Mhm.
yeah, like Sabrina says, that definitely gooey butter cake is not healthy, Travis. So
No,
that
it's
was your
not healthy.
20%. That was your 20% cheat.
Yeah, that was my 20%.
Gotcha. Now, Travis, listen, when you come back to St. Louis, there ain't a lot of places that can make good pork steaks, okay?
Okay.
The trick to a pork steak is you got to make it perfectly where you can eat the meat with the fat,
with the fat. Yeah.
but it
didn't know this.
all tastes like meat.
I didn't know this was the Food Network now.
Okay.
That's
We
the
go from
good
talking
pork steak,
sports
and
to
that is
food.
something I know how to barbecue. See, like Sabrina says it right here. That's something I know how to do very, very well with my pork steaks. Like
Okay.
Amanda, she didn't
He's
like
setting it
pork
up for you,
steaks.
Travis. He's setting it
Yeah, I
up that
see.
he's
I
going to
see.
provide it for you.
Oh,
She
okay,
said
Pork
okay.
she
steaks
You
didn't.
are
gonna, you gonna make you
fatty.
gonna make them? You gonna grill them?
Bro, listen, I'll grill them or
They're
smoke them for
fatty.
you. It doesn't matter,
See, I
Okay.
bro.
told you.
Okay.
He's setting it up for
I'll
you.
show you how to do a pork steak. Or you could go to
Okay.
Rick. Rick does the good pork. Rick's story over there when he does at the tailgate. He does a really damn good pork steak too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So Travis, you got the event coming up. It's you, Jake, and Darius coming up. What made you guys to decide to do this event?
Well, man, we talked about it. We like threw it out there in the water before literally before week 9. We were kind of talking about always wanting to do something, and the goal was always win the championship. But it was like, but how do we win the championship and then also keep ourselves in the city, and then also make sure that we're still showing that we're not just here for ball, but we're also here to be a part of the city. And I think that was a big thing. It was like, okay, who's willing to come back, and like what passionate guys can we get? And Darius is Darius. He's gonna play his butt off, and he gonna kick your butt and be silent about it. He might not even say a word to you ever, but he's a great baller, and that's his state. And that's big for him. He does a lot of community stuff out there all the time, and I think it was big for him. He always would just want to come back and be around. And Jake Sutherland, Jake's like me, where me and Jake are both just crazy, crazy guys on the field. So I think it was just good that we wanted to come back and just interact with the guys, interact with the fans still again, and just make sure that we're not just like going away. Because I felt like last year we just went away, and like y'all didn't see us until now.
Well, I
Yeah.
have a suggestion, if I can just say this. So AJ was on that show Barmageddon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that players should do something like that. So like the Battlehawks pick 4 different players, groups of 2, right? So 2
Mm-hmm.
offensive, maybe 2 defensive people, and then go head to head with each other. I think that would be something fun to raise money for a charity and
Oh,
doing little games. I don't know if you've seen that show, Travis, but it would just
no,
be something
I
fun.
haven't. Well, I'm gonna check it out.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
your teammate was on it, and
Yeah, Barmageddon.
he
Mhm.
did a good job for the time that he was on there. So,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, we
also,
got an idea of something that's in the works right now.
right here. See here's your people right here.
My dog.
Here's your
Mhm.
people right there. See, here's
Yeah,
where they
me
say, I
too.
wish they
That's
would.
what I wish. I really wish they would let us. That's what I want. They should let us come down like 2 days before. Like literally, if our game is Friday, we'll fly down Wednesday. Because it's a short flight. If we're all gonna always stay in Arlington, come down Wednesday, do some community stuff. and then Thursday now we can do our walkthrough, and we can do another community thing we want, or we can do a rally, and just really check out the city, because we
Well,
didn't have a lot of time this year to really do anything.
Travis, I really wish you got a chance to meet Kurt Hunzinger when he was a part of the XFL's Battlehawks in 2020. When I say they were able to get community-based stuff off the ground, and they pretty much kind of gave them what they wanted them to do and stuff, and it just seemed like then everything was meshed together correctly. And it's just like now it just seemed like it was just thrown together last year. And even with this merger this past season, I'm like, now should be an opportunity where you got to grow this game. If you're saying to me that you want the UFL to be the premier spring football league, now you got to grow it. It has to go beyond where it was in the previous iterations. What you thinking about that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And that's why I think they moved us in the hotel. I still feel like the hotel, they should have just kept us downtown where we're at, so because it was better in action. But I definitely agree, like they have to stretch us out, but they also got to be willing to use that money or lose the money.
I saw that coming. I saw it.
You gotta lose money to make money, man. Hey, it's how it works. I mean, every millionaire did something to lose it before he made it, and people still don't understand it.
Travis, me and Arlington have been losing money for 9 years on this Fuel Sports Network, and somehow it just keeps going. I don't know how the hell it does. It just keeps on going.
Losing all my head here.
Yeah, that's why this has all gotten white and all this and
grays here.
Shave it off. But hey, this is the X-Fan Show broadcasting live on the Fuel Sports Network, Roku, Fire Stick. Go download our app now. You can find us on Facebook, on all of our social medias at Fuel Sports Network. I am Spurge. Right there's my partner in crime, the man, my ride or die, who has been with me for I don't know how long, and I don't know why.
Me either.
I still wanted the A-Train Arlington Lane, though. But
that's where you talk. That's where you talk, partner. That's where you say something. I mean, Jesus, man. And right below him is possibly the person with the second loudest mouth in St. Louis besides myself, Amanda from the A-Team, the one and only, holding the dog.
Well, seeing as you just said my name already, and I'm a loudmouth.
You're right. So it's time to mute you. So we'll mute her. So because she's got the dog. There you go. And right below is the legend, the St. Louis's I'm just going to call it St. Louis's very, very own golden child. The man that St. Louis has adopted. The one and the only 5'6", Mr. Travis Feeney.
Oh my
Thanks,
God.
Thanks, y'all.
There you go.
I appreciate y'all.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Travis, where can people find you on your socials?
Wait, before he gets to that, I gotta ask him this. I gotta ask him one question before you go. Sir, before it's all said and done, career's done, and I've given my life to football playing. Yeah. What would be the next step for you before you would after football?
I would hope I get an NFL call again, but it's looking hard, man.
I get that.
Yeah, but I mean, if anything, man, I really want. The goal was really to bring y'all the championship, man. That would have been. That could have been an ice on the cake for me, man.
Whoa! Stop the clock there. Stop the clock.
You heard that. Man. You heard that too, didn't you?
Oh, stop the clock.
You heard that too.
Listen, you bring one championship, but don't say that's it. I mean, you're still a young whippersnapper.
I appreciate it.
What are you 20? You're 26, 27? How old are you?
31.
You caught
you
that.
You do not ask somebody how old.
You're 31?
Oh my God.
Hey,
shit, I'm still old enough to be your dad at 31.
I knew where Trav was going with that.
I mean, listen, you're 31.
He was going with that.
You already knew.
I caught that, Trav.
He's talking about your retired bull.
I caught it.
Hey, Travis, let me
at least bring
this.
2 championships to St. Louis before you retire.
Shut up, loudmouth. Okay. I will tell you, purple and gold are great colors on you.
Mute her.
You need to have Minnesota.
No, we're mute that now.
They are great colors. I
No.
was a dog. I was purple and gold. Purple and gold.
You know what colors are even better for you, Travis? You know what colors would even be better for you?
What?
The blue and orange. With the C right on the side of the helmet. You're sitting there and you're playing with Caleb Williams.
And you shut up too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
You
don't, I
ain't
don't know
listening
about.
to your butt either.
I don't know about the Trojan, but I do like. Hey, Adunze, I could do that. Go Dogs.
Yo, you know where I can see you playing that though, Trav? NRG
Ooh.
Stadium in Houston, man. They loud and they finna be
US
yes,
Bank
exactly.
in US Bank Stadium,
No,
Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yep.
Actually,
US
Travis,
Bank
do you know where I want you to
All
play?
three of them. All three of them.
Mhm.
Right, but you know, look, if that
Mhm.
if that doesn't happen, you know where I want you to play?
Yep.
Right here in St. Louis for the St. Louis
Hey.
Battlehawks.
Mhm.
I need y'all to make sure that if nothing does happen, I need y'all to make sure they bring me back.
Hey, we're gonna say free Travis Feeney. I swear. It's
Right.
gonna be loud and proud.
I have
Free
a
Travis
feeling,
Feeney on the show, man.
Travis, I have a feeling if they
Well.
don't bring you back, I think St. Louis might tear the city down if they
Going
don't
on
bring you
strike,
back.
damn it.
Hey.
We're going on strike.
Hey, them
Damn it.
30,000
Just
fans
saying.
gonna jump to about 10 after that.
I was telling people in the stands, man.
Right.
I was like, it's like, man, I was sad, man. I was like, say, oh, you. I remember a mom came like, oh, baby, it's okay. I was like, dang, I feel like a little kid again. I'm like, I just lost this game. I literally started bawling. I was like, no. And I was like, she's like, don't worry, they'll bring you back next year. I said, I don't know if they will. I'm a little older now. They might not. Said, no,
I don't
they
know.
have
I
to.
think, dude, I think if they don't bring you back, they would literally
Oh,
tear
God,
this city
man.
apart if they don't bring you back.
Man,
Hey,
People love you here in St. Louis.
Because I know if I didn't, there's really not any other jersey I would want to wear. It'll be very hard for me to play again if I didn't get a call. It'd be
Just
very
one
hard for
time.
me to wear. It'd be very hard for me to wear something else. I couldn't do it.
Look, I'll give you.
I feel like the betrayal would be like,
I'll give you a
even
pass
though the
for
betrayal wouldn't be on my part, but
right.
still,
It wouldn't be.
If you become a defender, then don't bother calling.
No, that's not true. Don't let Arlington say that. Don't let Arlington
Don't
say that.
bother.
Don't let her say that.
I would miss the banter between Feeney and Coach Beck that they show on the games. The two of them going head to head is like my highlight of the game.
Now-
I love it.
Travis, the career's done. The career's over.
yeah.
And Coach Beck calls you and says, Travis, I want to bring you on as a coach. Or I have an opportunity for you to go here as a coach. What is it? Is that something Travis Feeney would want to do after football is over? Is to go into coaching?
A lot of guys have asked me, but I'm not really interested in it. It doesn't pique my interest where I wouldn't want to do college if I did it, and to get to NFL, it's a long process. I think I'd be decent at it. I'm just not really all that into it. I've been looking into the TV analyst roles, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I made a couple connections, so I'm just talking to guys and throwing the worm out there and seeing if anybody pulls.
I mean,
you always have
Travis.
a spot here on Fuel Sports Network.
Yeah, I mean,
You
listen,
can
if
have
you
your
want
own
to
show.
get your chops, we can help you here at
You
Fuel
can have your
Sports
own
Network.
show.
Hey, I be
We
down,
can-
man. I'm always down. I'm always open.
We
down.
can kind of help you, you know.
Y'all energy is amazing. I love it.
Trav, listen, dude.
Listen, I
Did you
just
just
took
saw
an
their
hour and a half
faces,
nap
Travis?
before
You
this
just saw their
interview, so that's why I have energy. I mean, when you get to be my age, you know, things start to slow down. You get tired midway through the day. So, yeah, that's the only reason why I have energy right now.
Nobody cares.
All right.
Hey,
We got to wrap this up. This is the X-Fan Show. I am one of your hosts. Spurge right there is my partner in crime. Every Wednesday night, the one and the only.
the lost and confused A-Train as always.
Right below him, she is one of the hosts of the A-Team, the one and the only.
Quiet as a church mouse, Amanda. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
And I mean, listen, this man needs no introduction because
Thank you. Because you're going to go into another one of those.
No, we don't need it.
Right here, what Sabrina says, there are not too many Battlehawk players 2 years in a row. This is going to be the man who three-peats it next year for the UFL, the one and the only Mr.
Travis Feeney.
There you
Tell
go.
everybody where they can find you on your socials.
Oh, wait,
Travis.
hold on. Travis Feeney, what network are you watching right now?
The Field Network.
Field Sports Network.
Field Sports Network, y'all.
With a little enthusiasm, Travis.
With the great Amanda.
That's right.
And the A-Train. And my boy, the one and only, the man who likes to eat.
There it is. There it
Travis
is.
got to be on this show every week, dude.
Oh my God.
I love to
Forget
eat.
Trav, every week. He caught me off guard once. Dang it. Trav.
Travis, tell people where they can find you on all your social media.
Instagram, DogLife41, DAWG Life 41. My TikTok is still in the works, Travis Feeney _56. And my Twitter's just Dogs41Feeney because a guy took my name a long time ago, so I couldn't put my name.
Travis, I'm going to vow to you now. I'm going to find the guy that took your name, and I'm going to tell him he needs to give the name up.
Oh, no, he tried. He tried, but Twitter wouldn't let it happen. It was some weird stuff.
No, don't let him lie to you, Travis. There's ways that we can convince this guy. I'll do the convincing. Okay. I'll just smash him with my belly, and you'll be fine. So don't worry.
Oh my gosh, where is
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on, Travis. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Oh, we'll try to, but I doubt it because I'm fat and I'm hungry and I'm gonna go eat some Emo's pizza.
Stick around at the end of the show. We need something though, right? But yeah, I knew Emo's was gonna be something he's gonna.
Thanks, Travis.